from Hollywood and the four corners of the world. You asked for it. Starring Rich Little. Here's the star of You Asked for It, Rich Little.
Thank you, and welcome to the only show on television that goes anywhere in the world just because you asked for it. Tonight, the computer that speaks for people who can't. A man who steals your garbage and sells it for $5,000. A flying taco from a flying plane, and much, much more. But first, Canada's biggest, toughest dog sled race ever. A dash across 30 miles of snow in headlong competition. And here's Jack Smith to describe the action, because Charles Foes of Riverside, California, you asked for it.
Normally, Yellowknife is a nice, quiet town, but once a year, the midnight sun comes up like thunder, and most of the town's 9,000 citizens can barely stay in bed. Now, why this delirium? Well, today is the annual Yellowknife Dog Trotters race. Two who couldn't sleep in this morning are last year's winners and this year's favorites in the race. On one end of the leash, Grant Beck. On the other end, his lead dog, Frosty. Grant is the one with the mustache. At first glance, it may look like an igloo shanty town, but to some of the best sled dogs in the world, it's home. Bred for endurance and speed, most of the dogs are a combination of Mackenzie Valley trapline and husky bloodlines. They'll be racing 30 miles today for a first prize of $3,000. The dogs will be pulling 100-pound wooden toboggans, the same kind still used by Canadian trappers. Grant has coated his sled runners with Teflon, a calculated gamble, a plus if the snow is soft, a minus if it's hard. "12 teams of 9 dogs each will be running in today's race. As the harnesses go on, these experienced mushers know that the race is about to begin. And they're off. One confused canine runs his own race sideways. The rest of the field heads straight down the track. In a lather of excitement and a tangle of harness, the thundering pack heads for glory. By the time all the teams are flying across the pack ice of Great Slave Lake, Grant Beck, the favorite, is out front, but barely holding the lead. In hot pursuit, at least hot for Yellowknife, is number 21, and he's closing fast. And they're neck and neck as they come thundering into the stretch. It's a mighty close finish, but Beck leads the pack. And once again, the favorite is winner and still champion. Hope you like the Yellowknife Dog Trotters as much as we did Willie Rigby, because you asked for it.
Boy, isn't that something? I tell you, I'm from Canada, And that's cold country up there. Because the thing with... It is so cold. I once saw a polar bear wearing a bearskin rug. Coming up next, a man who turns garbage into money. Don't go away.
And now back to Rich Little.
Nobody in his right mind enjoys going through somebody else's garbage. Yet there's a man in Philadelphia who does just that, hunting for worthless treasure to use in his special work. Our reporter, Leah Erickson, was on hand to record a scavenger hunt and the spectacular end result. Because Ron Gould of North Bergen, New Jersey, you asked for it.
Religiously, every morning, Leo Sewell unrolls a Philadelphia city map to check the day's trash collection routes, then hops in his van and starts cruising the neighborhoods for his staff of life, good garbage. 7 years ago, at the age of 28, Leo migrated to Philadelphia and stayed because, as he says, the quality of garbage in this 300-year-old city is at the top of the heap. Holding both a bachelor's degree in business and a master's in art, Leo isn't the typical person you might discover picking through the sidewalk garbage.
I grew up near a dump in Annapolis, Maryland, and there's a lot of stuff there, and I could go get it and play with it and arrange it. So when I had the stuff and I learned the ability to manipulate it, I wanted to make things.
Leo's many years of scavenging have given him a nose for good garbage. He's very picky about whose trash he picks. Back in his studio, Leo systematically tacks his knickknacks into works of art that dazzle the eye.
I thrive on objects, and I make pieces in art in order to support my habit.
Everything Leo uses is junk, except for food and gas. He's recycled chairs and tables for his living room and made a plant stand out of a throwaway dentist chair. Art collectors from Japan to Romania have paid anywhere from $200 to $5,000 for a piece of Leo Sewell's sculpture garbage. Here at the Hilton Hotel in Allentown, Pennsylvania, there are 5 terrifically trashy pieces. Dad, Mom, and the child here, and standing serenely by the tropical pool, there's a hippo that costs $2,000, actually $2,500 with baby. It takes Leo anywhere from 2 days to 6 weeks of painstaking assembly before his sculptures come alive. Some of his favorites are pterodactyls and dachshunds, clocks and ducks. An occasional trip to the local laundromat bears fruit soon after as a collage of laundry lint.
I guess the best is just a feast for the eye. It's just a luscious trip through the objects of our existence.
If you happen to come upon one of Leo's sculptures, look carefully, because you just might find your old pair of dentures or maybe your old baby doll leg, and all because you asked for it.
Hi there, fun seekers. This is Johnny Winters. I think making a living showing garbage is disgusting. Unless, of course, you make a lot of money doing it. Then it's different. Well, it's time now to see another classic from the past. And here is Jack Smith.
Thank you, Rich. Every Western hero who ever galloped in front of a movie camera has at one time or another ridden after the villain and pulled him out of the saddle. Well, back in the 50s, one of our viewers wanted to see a man tackled not from another horse, but from a low-flying airplane. And he closed his letter with, "Maybe it's impossible." Well, we weren't sure ourselves, but we had our cameras ready to find out. It was a stunt that had never been tried before. And after you see it, I think you'll understand why.
Western hero who ever galloped in front of a movie camera has at one time or another given chase to a villain, caught him, and bulldogged him out of the saddle. Just like that. If you think that was difficult, watch this. For the first time ever, a man bulldogging from an airplane. It's going to take perfect timing. No good that time. Now this time, let's watch through the slow motion camera. The problem is clear. The horse must gallop at top speed and the plane must slow down as much as possible. Then they've got just seconds to get lined up. Another miss and almost a crash. Well, time after time, the attempts were repeated, all ending in failure. The terrain was too rugged for precision flying and the ground too soft for the horse's footing. But we didn't give up. We left the desert and set up the next day near the Orange County Airport. Now, what kind of protection would you wear if you were going to jump out of a plane and bulldog a man off a horse? Hal Needham uses only these small pads. Flip Rose saddles his horse for another try, this time at our new location. Well, this is the moment. Everything is ready. Let's go. The horse would be able to run at maximum speed, and the plane could make a long, straight approach. Hal Needham climbs out of the plane and takes his place on the wheel. Now, if the timing and positions are exactly right, he'll have less than 1 second on the target. Pilot Don Likens eases the small plane down for the run. Now, if you were in that plane, this is what you'd see. The horse shies the wrong way, that spinning propeller can be deadly. Well, the plane's nearly on target in a moment, that split second for decision. From a plane at a speed in excess of 50 miles an hour, bulldogging a man out of the saddle. An amazing feat probably never before attempted. You asked for it.
Hey, Jack, I gotta tell you, that was really thrilling.
It sure was. Incidentally, I might mention that Hal Needham, who jumped out of the airplane, is now directing motion pictures for Burt Reynolds.
Oh, he got into a new sport, huh? From planes to dames. Well, coming up next, the computer that works miracles for the handicapped. We'll be back.
And now back to Rich Little.
There are 7 continents on the Earth, and you ask for it, we'll go to any one of them to bring you what you want to see. Challenge us by writing You Asked For It, P.O. Box 1980, Hollywood, California, 90028.
Hello, this is Ricky speaking.
Some people say that talk is cheap, but not Ricky Creech. You see, Ricky lived in silence for 24 years. He's able to talk today only with the aid of a computer that talks for him. It's a miracle of modern technology called the handy voice. But when you meet Ricky, you'll know that the real miracle is this young man himself. Jack Smith tells us about him because Jack Creasman of St. Louis, Missouri, you asked for it.
Let's look at the first question that I asked you on the quiz. According to Crevecoeur, what are 2 of the main differences between American society and European society?
No class distinction.
Yeah, that's right.
This is Ricky Creech, a 27-year-old cerebral palsy victim who calls himself the last of the unicorns. Up until 3 years ago, Ricky couldn't call himself anything. Ricky's brilliant mind was literally trapped in a prison of silence. At age 24, Ricky got a small computer called a handy voice that enabled him to communicate with others for the very first time. Not only is he discovering a totally different world, but the world is finding a brand new Ricky.
There was no government. Anything was okay.
That's right.
He was able to adapt to outside activities so quickly that he's already getting straight A's as a freshman in North Carolina Wesleyan College.
Are you ready for the test tomorrow?
Sure, I am ready for another A.
Most talking computers are only programmed to carry a limited number of words. The handy voice stores nearly 1,000 words in its memory, plus 48 phonetic sounds that can be combined to say anything in the English language. Studying and memorizing phonetic codes has made Ricky one of the world's foremost experts in artificial computer voice. The sounds come out in a flat, monosyllabic tone which lacks the beauty and texture of a human voice, but it's all music to Ricky's ears. Today's a special day for Ricky. His dad, who's a minister, had a conference in the area and was able to drop by.
Hi, how you doing?
I am great.
Are you hungry?
No, I am starved.
After he got the handy voice 3 years ago, we began to leave him by himself at home and enable my wife to go to work. And it's just been fantastic. It's just changed our whole life and his as well.
Ricky's room is equipped to make him as independent as possible. By using a computer terminal, Ricky can write all his own college papers and take tests by himself. He's also a contributor to various magazines and newspapers. But he can't carry the huge machine around with him all the time. It's his handy voice that's really given Ricky his freedom.
Hello, this is Ricky speaking.
Many people, even speech therapists, don't even know that such a thing as the handy voice exists. Thousands of nonverbal persons could benefit from having a machine, but only hundreds are now in use. The $2,400 cost of the computer may be a barrier to some, but Ricky thinks it's mainly a problem of literally getting the word out.
For 24 years, my thoughts and ideas were held prisoner in a cell, which was my body. I was isolated from all others. I felt frustration, sadness, and pain. Imagine spending your entire life without ever talking to anybody. My name is Ricky Creech, and I will talk all day if you will let me because you asked for it.
Rich Little will return with more of You Asked For It. And now, back to Rich Little.
I think we get the best mail from kids. Listen to this one. Dear Rich Little, I would like to see the biggest parachute in the world because we are studying parachute in social studies. Sincerely yours, J. Barkley. P.S. Please show it. My life depends on it. So do my marks. Thank you. Here's what we wrote back. Dear Jay, we located the world's biggest parachute for you. We wanted to show it to you, but the Jolly Green Giant said he needed it to make his jump. He said his life depended on it. And if he didn't use it, he would leave even bigger marks on the ground. So what the heck, we let him use it. Oh, here's a great one. Dear You Asked For It, I would like to see my toes. Signed, Orson Welles. So we're going to write back and say, Dear Orson, we will show no toes before it's time. Oh, here's a good one. I would like to hear the actual explosion when Mount St. Helena erupts. Or if you can't do that, how about showing Nancy Reagan when somebody breaks a piece of her $200,000 White House china? Hey, We'll see you next time on... Good night, everybody.
This is John Harlan speaking. You Asked For It is a Sandy Frank production.